I have dedicated my life, or whatever is left of it, to the children of the future. Because I have spent 35 years of my life working in an industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and they do nothing but annihilate the population of this world. And why do they do that? Because they want to make money, 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 money. They don't care about your lives. They only care about their wallets.
The other thing I found out 2 years ago was that much of what the drug industry does fulfills the criteria for organized crime in US law. And they behave in many ways like the mafia does. They corrupt everyone they can corrupt. They have bought every type of person, even including ministers of health in some countries.
When you go to the doctor, he looks at you, stethoscope, laboratory tests, machine tests, this word. Those tests, by the way, is to make money. Then he tells you you're sick. Here's a prescription. Go to the pharmacy and take this medicine, 1 tablet 3 times a day. What do? Tell me. They don't throw it away. All of you here, you go to the pharmacy and you get your medicine and you take it, like the good citizen. But when you go to the car company to buy a car, you ask the salesman questions. If you don't get what you want, you don't buy the car.
We have been, for the last 100 years, kind of led into this false belief, you know, I think it was Marcus Welby that started it, that the medical doctor is king and knows everything about everything. And really, you need to just shut up and follow your medical doctor's advice. Most people in the United States have no idea at all of the history of the evolution of medicine in the United States.
A nosotros los médicos nos entrena en los últimos años, nos ha entrenado la industria farmacéutica. Y la farmacéutica te entrena para vender. Y entonces nadie te va a dar un curso sobre el pH.
¿Pero no te entrena para curar?
No, te entrena para vender. No tiene nada que ver el vender con el curar. Son dos cosas totalmente diferentes. Que vayan juntas o tengan que ir juntas, eso estamos en la discusión.
Our drugs kill around 200,000 people in America every year, and half of these people die while they do what their doctors told them. So they die because of the side effects. The other half die because of errors. And it's often the doctors that make the errors, because any drug may come with 20, 30 or 40 warnings, contraindications, precautions and so on. No doctor in the world knows about all this. So they give patients drugs that they should not have given them, that interact dangerously with other drugs or food items or so on. And then the patients die. That's the other half.
The third leading cause of death, as published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, is MD-directed treatments. This means you go to a medical doctor, an MD, he gives you a treatment and you die from it. According to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, 15,000 Medicare patients a month are killed by MD treatment, and nobody goes to jail. A handful of terrorists fly 2 planes into the Twin Towers. 3,500 people die, and we go to war. But 15,000 people a month are killed by medical doctor treatments, and we don't bat an eyelash.
Sometimes journalists have asked me, why do you always look up controversy? And my reply is, I don't. Controversy looks me up. because it's not popular to tell the truth in healthcare. You will get a lot of enemies because a lot of people make money on false premises, doctors and industry alike. And our drug regulators and our politicians, they are on board on this wagon. So very few people are independent of money in healthcare.
What happened to the Hippocrates, the oath of Hippocrates? When you become a doctor, you swear the oath. Primum non nocere. The patient comes first. That made me mad. So I researched this lady, and I found that she was sitting in a committee, or on a committee, with a politician and members of the pharma company that made the vaccine. And they're propagating to the government in Germany to introduce mandatory vaccination. So I started to do some research on what's going on in Germany in the medical business. I've never worked there. I only lived there. I found out also that general practitioners, just like this woman and other doctors, were prescribing psychotropic drugs to children. All the memories from the first day I joined the company as a salesman, it all started to come back. And I started seeing shadows at night. People dying from taking medication that was legalized because I had bribed the Swedish government to get the Sulasung for Prozac in Sweden. Now can you imagine that? Sweden is reputedly one of the cleanest, most transparent countries in the world.
In my country, for example, Denmark, we are regarded as having very little corruption. But yet we have thousands of doctors on industry payroll, although we are just 20,000 doctors. So this is an effective kind of corruption. The drug industry buys the professors first, then chiefs of department, then other chief physicians and so on. They don't buy junior doctors. So when several thousands are on industry payroll, it's really, really bad.
La medicina del disconfort. ¿Qué es esto?
Pues que nos hemos acostumbrado a no sufrir para nada. Es decir, en este momento dado...
¿Y para qué tenemos que sufrir?
Porque tenemos que enfrentarnos con situaciones de crisis y tenemos que constantemente enfrentarnos a situaciones. Si queremos no sufrir, significa que tampoco vamos a amar, tampoco vamos a tener penas, vamos a ser que vamos a ser unos fósiles viviendo la vida. Entonces la medicina del disconfort es lo que ha, diríamos, el gran mercado que se ha creado. El no duermo, el me duele, el estoy cansado, me agoto, estoy de bajón. Deme una pastilla para todo. Es decir, solucionar todo a base de pastillas es donde se ha creado un mercado enorme. Y si nosotros vemos en este momento en la seguridad social qué es lo que se vende, pues diríamos, hombre, lo más caro y lo que más sería las medicaciones anticáncer. ¿Por qué va a estarme atrás? Lo que más se vende en la medicación son las simvastatinas para el colesterol, las primeras, los omeprazoles, el paracetamol, los ansiolíticos, el orfidal. Es decir, lo que vendemos, lo que más se vende y que más toma la gente son para cosas que uno puede solucionar a sí mismo con un poco de interés o un poco de dieta, un poco de aprendizaje. Hay medicinas que curan mucho. Por ejemplo, imagínate una operación de cataratas.
Los avances han sido
espectaculares. Antes te quitaban te operaban de cataratas, ibas con unos culos de vaso y estabas una semana. Ahora entras por un lado y vas al cine al día siguiente. Es decir, que los avances han sido impresionantes. Las técnicas de exploración son increíbles. Pero también, en este momento, las iatrogenias es nada menos que la tercera.
¿Qué es eso?
Las enfermedades producidas por medicación es la tercera causa en este momento de muertes en el mundo.
Las enfermedades producidas por medicación.
Por medicación, se llaman iatrogenias.
We need the pharma industry because there are some good things out there. Sorry, Rima, I might be contradicting everything you said, but there are some things there that is good, but most of it is rubbish. They're not interested in curing any disease you may have. They're more interested in making you get diseases. They're interested in symptomatic treatment. They want patients who are diabetics, cardiology patients, Parkinson's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, arthrosis, because you live a long time and the drugs that you have to take, you take that for the rest of your life.
In 1915, 1920, there was something called the Flexner Report. The Carnegie Corporation funded this man named Abraham Flexner. He went all around the country, and he went on stagecoach and train and horseback. This was before the interstate highway system, right? It took Flexner 5 years to do this. He went all around the country and did an inventory of all of the medical schools that prescribed drugs. He brought the list back to the Carnegies, who owned drug companies, and then the Carnegies and the Rockefellers gave millions of dollars of free money to the medical schools and hospitals in the United States that were prescribing drugs. That was the beginning of the end.
So what we need in the coming years is to take far fewer drugs than what we do currently. If we did that and we were careful, then we could live longer and live better lives. Because drugs have many side effects, and patients often don't realize that when they become worse, that it could be a side effect of the drug, which they continue taking because that's what their doctors tell them.
Why do we have a social agenda? Because people are suffering needlessly. You wouldn't believe, as God is my witness, you would not believe the things that I've seen people recover from in holistic medicine. The body's ability to fix itself is remarkable. And most of the time, all that the body needs to do that is the raw materials that it needs to do that. And we need to stop eating food that's hurting the body.
La dieta alcalina son las sustancias, diríamos, que tenemos en la naturaleza, en la que hemos estado consumiendo durante miles de años y estamos adaptados a ella. ¿Qué hace un veterinario? El veterinario lleva las tiras de pH. En cuanto una vaca no come lo que sea, lo primero que hace es mirar el pH a ver si está comiendo bien y si está su metabolismo bien.
¿Y a nosotros se nos hace eso?
Sí, lo hacemos en la orina. Todavía se hace de forma sistémica, pero los médicos han perdido la formación del pH. Pero el pH es muy sencillo. El pH llevas una dieta y tomas bicarbonato, como antiguamente nos enseñaba en la facultad, y normalizas el pH. El bicarbonato es vital, porque además es que el cuerpo humano, cuando el pH está ácido, lo que hace es coger los bicarbonatos de todos los huesos, los saca de los huesos y los mete ahí. Y luego te encuentras que la persona tiene osteoporosis muy rápidamente y los huesos se le rompen.
We're like the people, in Galileo's time saying, hey, everybody, it's the sun that's at the center of the solar system, not the earth. Or, hey, everybody, the earth is round, it's not flat. Or, hey, everybody, slavery's a bad thing. Right? This is we have a social agenda here.
You say you think we need to go to war, well, you're already in one. 'Cause there's people like you